Welcome back to another video. Today is a very exciting day because in 2 days from now, we are going to the beach for a week with my husband's family. We haven't been to the beach since a year ago, and I actually have a vlog already from that one where I share what I'm reading during the week. So my plan is to do that again. I'm going to vlog on this vacation and I'm so excited to take you along. I am excited to get away and just have a nice reset to put my phone down and just enjoy some books, enjoy being with family, enjoy being out in nature. And so I'm starting this 2 days before the trip because I need to pack, and I figured what better way to start a vacation reading vlog than to take you along as I'm packing and cleaning up my house. My parents are actually going to be staying at our house this week to take care of our dog, so I'm trying to get it all nice and clean for them. I'm going to take you along as I pack. I have a couple of things that I need to do today and tomorrow as far as packing, getting ready to leave. The first one is actually packing my stuff. I need to make sure all my laundry is clean. Our suitcases are out and our laundry baskets are over here as well. Typically I'll fold those and put those away, but since we're trying to pack a lot of things, I'm actually just gonna be folding that and putting it away in the suitcases, and then whatever we don't bring I'll put back in the drawers. And I also need to make sure all my towels and just random stuff are as clean as possible in the next 2 days, which is sort of tricky to figure out because we still have to actually live here for 2 days, but at the same time I'm trying to get everything done before we're gone, so it's always a little tricky to figure out. But I also need to clean the sheets on my bed before we go. I need to clean my kitchen and organize that for them, and then just normal like dusting, vacuuming, stuff like that. So nothing crazy, but I'm just trying to figure out how I can do it when the best time to do it is so that I don't have to do it all over again. I was home this week actually from work, and I was like, oh yay, I can do all these things, you know, before the weekend instead of trying to cram it all. But then I realized if I did them too early in the week, I would just have to do them all again before we leave. So I ended up just having a few chill days, which was very nice. So anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling and actually get to packing. I'm gonna get my headphones. I'm gonna listen to my audiobook. I'm listening to right now The Tenant by Frida McFadden. Miss Frida is not my most favorite author. She writes just shocking, quick thrillers. They're never really 5 stars for me, but I just kind of was in the mood for something quick and entertaining while I am doing all these chores. I listened to it at 2 times speed, and I listened to it like 25% of it yesterday. Usually I try to do the audiobook speed so that it sounds most like I'm just talking normally, and sometimes the narrators are super slow, so when you do 2 times it actually sounds more normal at 2 times speed than it does at 1 time speed. I don't know if that makes any sense. So anyway, I'm gonna grab my headphones, gonna put my audiobook on, and I'm gonna get to packing and cleaning my house before we go to the beach. I have to show you guys my outfit. I look absolutely ridiculous, but you know what? It is that time, if you catch my drift, and flowy, comfy is my only option. Let me show you. This is a romper, super flowy, with a sweatshirt on top. Don't mind me. It is much later and I have packed almost everything and cleaned almost everything that I can before I have to just do it last minute. I'm gonna show you these bookmarks that I made for this trip. I'm so excited. I watercolored these. Got a citrus one, strawberries, a gingham stripe one, and then flowers and goldfish. These make me so happy. I just wanted some fun summery things to use on the beach, and I typically like having seasonal bookmarks. I don't really know why. So now I'm gonna show you what my beach trip TBR is, or my menu, because I'm definitely not gonna get through all of these. My goal is to read 2, potentially 2.5 or 3 books, but I need to have my options. So the first one that I know for sure I'm reading, and I'm starting it on the road trip there, is going to be Emily Henry's new book. I don't need to say any more than that. I have been saving this for this trip, and I'm so excited to have a first experience reading this book while at the beach. I think it's going to be amazing. Next, I have a couple of other romances. I've got Summer Romance by Annabel Monaghan and The Rule Book by Sarah Adams. I have loved When in Rome by this author, and everything else that I've tried by her has sort of not worked for me, and I don't really know what that is. I don't know why. Actually, the cheat sheet is another one I liked, but I brought it in case I'm just in the mood for her writing style. I actually took this off my pile of books to donate because I couldn't get into it when I first tried it. And then this one is a second chance romance, I think, or it's a main character is in her 40s, so it's like finding your soulmate later in life. I'm not entirely sure, but I wanted to have 2 different romance options. The next one is, I think it's just general or women's fiction. It's called Summer Island. It's by Shelley Noble. It sounds like it's about a mother-daughter relationship, and they go to some summer island and they, I guess, have things that they have to work through. I don't know entirely, but when I read the synopsis, it sounded good. And other than that, I kind of want to go in blind, so I'm excited to bring that. Then I've got 2 mysteries because last year I read The Reappearance of Rachel Price at the beach, and I loved that so much. So I've got 5 Survive by Holly Jackson. I'm excited to read this by her if I need to change something up. And actually, these are the 2 books that I'm hoping to read this next week. Anything else will be extra. And then I have Killers of a Certain Age by Deanna Raybourn. I've actually already read this book, but it's been like 3 years and I loved it. And I really want to read the second one in this series, but because it's been so long, I think I need to reread this first. So I'm bringing it in case I'm just in the mood to reread this while I'm at the beach. And then other than that, I have a lot of things stuffed on my Kindle right now that I have borrowed from the Libby app. If you've watched a lot of my videos, I really love historical fiction, general fiction, like more like things that are not traditionally talked about on booktube. And so the summertime, especially the beach, is when I typically gravitate more towards contemporary novels. And so I'm just very excited to finally get into all of these books that I have been wanting to read, and I'm probably, well, I definitely am planning on reading these at some point this summer, even if I don't read them on the beach. Hi guys, we made it to the beach. It has been a while later. It's like 5 p.m.-ish where I am, and I'm so freaking spoiled because my in-laws are so generous to pay for this trip, and our room even faces the ocean this time, and it is just the best ever. Hopefully you can actually hear me because I have the door open and it just feels so nice with the breeze coming in. But I want to give a quick update. I did start Emily Henry's book in the car. I started Great Big Beautiful Life in the car. I am 46 pages in and just adoring it. I really love the women's fiction slash general fiction leaning romance, and I love that this book is a little different than her other ones. It's not necessarily about the romance at all. It kind of has its own plot, and the romance is a subplot, and I love that. Like, I already can tell that this has potential to be 5 stars for me, and I'm only 10% into the book. So anyway, I am just really loving this, and I am gonna put my phone away and go sit outside and just read. It is so nice to finally be here. Y'all, I'm so excited. I am so excited. I filmed a little bit of a room tour, and it is just perfect for my husband and I. It's got a king-size bed. We have a porch that we can go out onto. We can see the ocean and have our own bathroom, and it's just, I just feel so spoiled. I feel so spoiled and blessed. So here's to some really fun beach reading. Okay guys, it's the next day. I don't think I've updated today. I want to give a little update on Great Big Beautiful Life. I'm on page 126 and I'm really loving it. However, I feel like I'm in a bit of a slump right now, and I don't think it's a reading slump. I think it's just a life slump. I haven't felt the best today, and it's kind of just messing with my mood, to be honest with you. I don't really think it's the book's fault, but the book is a little bit slower. I'm trying not to give spoilers because I know some people like me know nothing going in. It's a bit slower than her other books. It's not a super quick read, which I'm loving. It has potential to be 5 stars already for me, but for a minute there I thought, oh no, maybe I don't actually like this book. I don't think that's the case, because for like 30 minutes I picked up another book just to see if maybe I'm in a different kind of mood, and that one wasn't really working for me either. So I came in, I just had a shower, to be honest. I needed to pray and shower and just kind of think for a minute, and I'm feeling a lot better. And I'm ready to get back into Great Big Beautiful Life because I really wanted to read 2 books this week, and today is sort of day 2, so I'm hoping to finish this book by tomorrow or by the end of the day tomorrow so that I can read another book the rest of the week. So that's what we're gonna do. I have got a bowl of yogurt and granola and strawberries, and I'm just gonna sit here and put my headphones on. Maybe I won't put my headphones on, maybe I'll just listen to the ocean, but either way I'm just gonna read for a while and kind of zone out, and I'm ready for it. I've been reading some today, but not like long chunks of time, so I'm gonna try to do that for the next couple of hours. Wave, Nana.
What's that? Look at this.
Well, it is literally like 5 days later. Other than taking some clips of me reading this week and other random things here or there, I have failed to sit down and give a proper update on this whole vacation reading video. And as you can tell, I am back in my house. I finished Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry. I'll give you my thoughts on that in a minute. And I have started Summer Romance by Annabel Monaghan. This next week I don't have work. I start back working the following week, and so other than kind of resetting my house and getting into a more normal rhythm, I'm still kind of treating this next week as vacation reading. And so I'm just gonna keep vlogging until I finish Summer Romance. As I said, I finished Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry while I was at the beach. And I went into this book knowing absolutely nothing. I didn't even read the synopsis on the book. And I really, really am glad that I had that experience. I enjoyed this book, but I didn't necessarily love it. And here are my thoughts. First of all, I'm trying to figure out how much to actually say so that I'm not giving spoilers, because I think part of the fun of going into this book blind are getting surprised by certain things in this book. And if you follow her on social media, you know when she said that she was writing this book, it was going to be different from her other ones, and it definitely was. And actually the different things about this book are the things I really, 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 really loved about it. And the things that she normally writes about, aka the romance, is the thing that I did not love about this book. I didn't buy the romance of it. The romance was definitely more of a subplot to the book, but the parts that we do have of the romance didn't really make sense to me, and it sort of was insta-lovey for me, which I don't necessarily hate insta-lovey stuff in rom-coms. I just would prefer the characters to eventually figure out why they love each other instead of just it being this, I love you. Like, they don't ever have a reason why in this book specifically. So I just had mixed feelings about it because of that. And you know, with most good rom-coms, they end up together at the end, but there was just no substance to their actual relationship, and that's the part that was really lacking for me. But the thing that she did different, and that's the thing that I feel like I'm not gonna say, because I want it to be a surprise in case you're like me and you're going into this blind. But the thing that she did different with this book, I really loved, and it definitely was more of a women's fiction / general fiction than it was a romance, even though there was romance things in it. So I ended up rating this book 3 stars. The things that I loved about it were like 4 to 4.5 stars, but because of the things I didn't like, it kind of bumped it down overall to a 3, which is still a good rating. I still enjoyed the book, and I'm glad I read it at the beach, but it just wasn't a 5-star read for me. And then next, my camera looks like it's about to die, so hopefully I can finish this really quick. Next, I am reading Summer Romance by Annabel Monaghan. I am 150 pages into this book. I read about 30 pages on the drive home today, and so I'm about to get in bed and read a few more pages before I go to sleep because I am tired. I am loving this. Honestly, so far I'm loving this a little bit more than Great Big Beautiful Life, and so far it's very clean. I'll keep you updated if it continues to be clean or if there ends up being spice in it, but it's very clean so far. I think that the main character in this book is so cute and quirky, and what's actually really funny, her name is Allie, but I think it's short for Alice, which is the same character name in Great Big Beautiful Life, which is very funny that I read 2 books back to back with an Alice. I think that she is so cute and quirky, and I love the relationship that's blooming in this. It feels so wholesome and fun and whimsical, and like exactly like the title suggests, it's just a fun summer romance, and so I am excited to keep reading this. As you probably know if you've watched my channel, you know I don't read a ton of contemporary stuff, and usually it's going into the summer that I get that itch to read something contemporary, which is why I'm doing it now when I'm in the mood for it, because I feel myself getting back into the mindset of wanting to read historical fiction and general fiction and some other different things that I don't see a whole lot of people talking about on the internet. And part of why I even started talking about books on YouTube is because I wanted to share about books that most people haven't heard of, in addition to my honest thoughts on books that people have heard of. I'm excited to get back into that eventually, but for now I'm just riding the wave of summery fun books. It is the following day. I read like 50 pages of summer romance yesterday and I have about 100 pages left. So my goal is to finish this book today. I can definitely do it. I have already cleaned my house, done all the things that I needed to do today so that I would be able to sit down and read without any distractions. So the plan is to put my headphones on, put some music on, and just hunker down and read. Other than making dinner later, I kind of just want to sit and binge the rest of this out. I will keep you posted on how that goes. So far, I am really loving this book. It is reminding me of something that I can't really put my finger on. The main character is so funny and quick-witted, and she kind of reminds me of Lorelai Gilmore. I think that this is honestly a perfect summer read, and you know, sometimes with books with a title like Happy Place by Emily Henry, it didn't really give that happy place vibe that I was thinking it would, which makes sense with the story she wrote. But this really is like a fun, flirty summer romance, just like the title suggests. And so if you're looking for something like that this summer, I highly recommend. It's only like 315 pages, so it's not very long. It's really quick to read it, and it has short chapters, which I feel like I don't see short chapters very much in romance specifically. So if you want all those things, this would be a great book for you, and I will definitely update you once I finish it, if not in the meantime, just to let you know what I think about it and what I'm gonna rate this. Hey guys, it is a bit later. I have like 60 pages left of my book and I am still planning on trying to finish that tonight. But I am currently in the biggest mood for booktube stuff, like both watching and creating. And I just kind of looked through a bunch of people's stuff on booktube and just feel so inspired to create. So what I'm gonna do is actually sit down and brainstorm some things really quick on my notebook, and then I'm gonna crawl in bed and finish my book. I also think that I might want to take a bath tonight. It just sounds cozy for some reason, so I'm gonna take a bath, brainstorm, and then I'm gonna crawl in bed with my book and just binge the rest of it out, and I'll probably update this tomorrow with my final thoughts. It is actually a few days later, but I did finish Summer Romance. I finished it like the morning after my last clip, and I rated this book 5 stars. I loved this book. This kind of hit all the marks that I was sort of wanting with Great Big Beautiful Life, and in general had all the things that I love to read in a romance. I usually am not the biggest contemporary romance fan. I have moments usually in the summertime where I want to read it more. In general, it's not my favorite because I usually just love a more character driven, like I want some deep character work done with the main characters, especially in romance. I don't really love it to be super fluffy. But this was honestly the perfect balance because it had the fun summer romance vibes as the title suggests, but there also was some really deep stuff that each of the characters were working through. We really kind of got a taste of real life, which I really enjoyed in this book. I think that they felt like real characters. The main character, Allie, is super quirky and funny and kind of reminds me of Jess from New Girl and Lorelai Gilmore from Gilmore Girls, kind of a combination of those two. So if you love those vibes and you want something fun to read in the summer but still like hits the marks where you feel like they're genuine people and not just super fluffy, I think that you would really like Summer Romance. I finished 2 books for this vacation reading vlog. I read Great Big Beautiful Life, and then I've just finished Summer Romance, and I really suggest both of them for different reasons. And obviously Great Big Beautiful Life missed some marks for me personally, but it still is a book that I would recommend to people if you're looking for certain things. It was really fun to take y'all along. This is my 2nd year doing this beach trip vlog, and so it was just fun to document my experience and to kind of have a different setting for these videos. So anyway, I'm gonna close this vlog out. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a comment if you enjoyed this video, or let me know if there's any books that you want to see me reading in a vlog. That would be super fun to do a video where I read your suggestions. So let me know what you're currently reading. Let me know if you want me to read anything specific. Let me know if you enjoyed this vlog, and I will see you in the next one. Bye friends.